everyone, Caroline here. Okay, this demo is for my friend Diana, who has asked me about this particular design of card, and it's using acetate that makes a window in the middle. I'm actually going to do it on a 6" by 6" card, and I'm using the papers from the Hunky Dory Duo design. I'm getting through those papers, and I'm going to use this beautiful scene here because it's got lots of images on it. And the acetate I'm using is Dura La, and it's heat resistant, so you can stamp on it. If I'm stamping on it, I do use Stays On, and I'll leave that to dry overnight. I'm not keen on Stays On, but it's good for things like acetate. So if you are stamping, you know, previous to doing it, use Stays On. This thickness, does it say what thickness this is? It says 0.005. Now, I know that Hobbycraft, and I can't find mine, I did have a look but I couldn't find it, but I do know that Hobbycraft do a thicker one which is stiffer for this sort of card. I'll find it and I'll put a link in the description. So that's what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to take a sheet of that out. It's very good, this acetate, but like I say, it's not as thick as the one that the heavy duty one that Hobbycraft do, or anywhere else that you could find it, to be honest. You know, just do your Googling. So using my 6" by 6". Obviously it's going to be going on not that way, but standing up like that, so a bit like an easel card if you like. But what I'm going to do then is from the score line here, I'm going to put that score line on the 1 inch, and I'm going to cut that. So then you're left with that fold there, which is 1 inch, and then off the rest of it, the bottom of it, I'm going to cut another 1 inch like that. So you've got the spare for the bottom, and then you acetate. This is exactly 6 by 6. So you acetate. You're going to cut it again at 6" by 6". It's not difficult, this. It just takes some figuring out in your head, because what's going to happen is, under that flap on your card, that's going to stick under there like that. Okay? And then that will stick at the bottom like that. So there's your transparent bit in the middle. So it's sort of, anything you put on here gives the impression of floating. So the image inside that I'm going to do, which is this one, I'm going to take 1 inch off the top here. So I'm going to take 1 inch off that. I want you to be able to see that what I'm doing. 1 inch off the top. I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to take 1 inch off the bottom. Like that. And it's going to be 6" by 6". This is 8 inch. So I'm going to take 1 inch off that side, turn it around, and take 1 inch off the other side. But if you've got some 6 by 6 papers, all the more perfect, easy to work with. And that will then be glued in underneath there like that. Okay, so that's going to be glued in there. So double check it's all fitting okay. So I'm going to glue that down. Like that. And that's going to go down inside there like that. So it's nice and neat, and that folds over the top. And then I'm going to, on my acetate, you're not going to be able to see this very well, are you? Let's get my black card. Let's try and work on that. And then you can see the acetate. Hopefully. You can see that better on there, can't you? So that is going to fit exactly under there. So what I need to do is I need to tape now on there, and I'm going to use my runner tape. So I'll just pop a bit of card under there because I don't want it to stick down to the black. So red tape or double-sided tape, that is what you want, that will stick to the acetate. So straight underneath. And pop your acetate right up to your score line there. It's on the score line, and then fold it down like that. For some reason I've not, it's not gone to the right to the edge like that. For some reason I don't know why it's done that. I've gone a bit cockeyed, so be very careful when you're doing that. But for now, what I'll do is I'll cut it. So don't think, oh, I've messed it up. If this happens to you, just cut it. You see? And it's fairly good. I'll take off a little bit more. I'll use my scissors. Well, it doesn't matter about the bottom bit because we're going to stick this on there. But of course, I need to do the base as well. Just take that bit off the bottom there. Obviously I've not, I must have cut it off kilter there. So this bit is going to stick on the bottom here, which is going to go there. So again, on your acetate, fold it down and glue this with your roller. You can always cut off any excess. So that's going to go on the bottom there and sit on the bottom. And I'll just cut off that little excess bit there. So there you've got your card. Bit of glue on there. There you've got your card, how it sits, and you've got your design inside. And then you're going to go back and get your strips that you had before, and you'll know that it lines up there. So you're going to glue that on. That's going to line up exactly where that tree is and that moon is there. So it all matches, and it gives that lovely scenery look to it. Or what you can do is use like maybe some silver or gold metallic gloss card. And I'm just cutting to match the where the acetate is. So if you can see, it's sort of giving that effect. And at the bottom again, you can put your scenery here, where you've got your fence there. You know it's going to go about there. So I'm going to glue that down. I mean, this is nice to do with your own scenery in it as well, and I think I'd like to do that. But this is just a bit different, that it's got the scene when you open it up. I'll show you. Cut off what I don't need. Same there. Can you see? Oh, I've got on that bit of glue. But when it's down like this, the scene sort of comes out of itself, makes it sort of 3D, if you like. And what I have some stickers that I got from my local shop. I think it was The Range or The Works, something like that in the UK. And they're just stick-ons. And this one says Season's Greetings. And just get it off. And that can go right in the middle there. Make sure it sits down all right. Press it down. So that's clear as well. So it sits on there, and you've got your Season's Greetings in the middle. Or you can just cut out your own. And don't know why that's sort of stuck under itself. But not keen on that. Not keen. It's gone funny at the edge there. I'm going to take it off because I can. And on here, there's another one. This went in my gem drawer, and others got stuck to it. I'll use this one that says Season's Greetings, which I think is a bit better. It's a bit more clear as well, that. Oh yes, I like that. Nice. So there, if you saw it under the white, you can see it says Season's Greetings. And there you have your card. Any excess cut off. So don't worry if things are just not quite perfect. Never been anything. There's something you know you can always do with things. Yeah. And like I say, you can use mirror card if you want at the top and the bottom. The gold would have been nice, the top and the bottom. I'll show you that. I'll just get a strip of gold. Won't be a second. And you'll see, if you put that up there, you can have that as a top and a base with glitter or mirror card. But I just actually like, if you've got an 8x8 sheet or your 6x6 sheet, you know, just cut an inch off the top and the bottom, and you know, it looks nice. It's part of the scene, isn't it? So that's how I do it, Diana. That's how I do it. And I hope that's been some help, and I hope it's inspiration for everyone else that watches as well. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.